What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dabrunski here, and unfortunately this is one of the last videos that I will be making on Diablo 2 Resurrected because the technical alpha has officially ended, but I wanted to sort of talk about some of the things that I think need to be tweaked or changed, and I want to be crystal clear. I think that the demo I played so far is fantastic, and a lot of the kind of things that I'm going to go over today in this video are really just little nitpicking things, but I thought it'd be a cool opportunity to start some discussion, kind of gauge some feedback from the community, and hopefully help Blizzard polish Diablo 2 Resurrected even more. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Quick reminder for those that don't know, if you enjoy my YouTube content, I do stream twice a week on Twitch. I was fortunate enough to stream some of the technical alphas, so if you guys want to catch some of that content, you can always hit me up with a follow. Link for my channel is of course in the description below, twitch.com/Dabrunski125. But guys, hope you enjoy this video. Let's jump in. So the first sort of change or tweak that I want to talk about is adjusting the color of the lightning animations in the sorcerer skill tree. I think that the new added sound and sort of the depth from the animation looks phenomenal. Charge Bolt looked great. Nova looked really good as well. But I do think that they went a little bit too much with the blue hue and not sort of being kind of traditional, mostly or almost entirely white with your standard LOD lightning animations. I don't think it's horrible, but I do think that if they sort of dial back the sort of blue glow and made it a little bit more white, that it might be a little bit better representation of the original Diablo 2 lightning animations. Next up, I would like to see the audio kind of tweaked a little bit when monsters take damage from poison. I'm not sure if it's just poison in general or if it's the poison javelin skill with the Amazon specifically, but it almost sounds like, just imagine like a kid lighting a massive pile of fireworks, just the It's a horrible example, I know. I'm going to show a clip. You can listen to the audio of it. I just think it's a little bit over top and should probably be toned down a little bit. I would also like to see the color of when a monster is frozen or when you take cold damage addressed as well. It's not horrible. Again, another nitpicking thing I would like to see changed, but is definitely now sort of a light teal color versus the standard kind of dark navy blue. And I've done comparison swaps between the original Game Under the Hood and the 3D rendered engine. It's definitely a lighter color. Again, very minor, but if you want to stay very true to Diablo 2, I think I would like to see it sort of a darker blue. The colors that are used to outline the borders on the map is something that I would also like to see changed. I know that it's different with rendering like the new engine and stuff like that, and maybe red looking border walls wouldn't be a good choice for the Luke Ghislaine deserts, for example, but I find it just a lot easier to kind of navigate and recognize the borders when they're that contrasting red color on the sands versus using that more realistic light brown sort of stone border, almost like the same color that the actual material of the border is, like the rock. I don't know. Again, this is maybe something minor. I do think that it got a little bit more adjusted to it as I'd played over the weekend. The next change that I want to talk about might be a little bit controversial, but I did think in some areas the lighting was almost a little bit too dark. Now, I don't want it to be kind of Teletubby, bright, saturated colors. I'm not asking for that, but I did notice in some certain scenarios trying to hit poppables like a chest in the catacombs, or maybe trying to enter a new level in the sewers underneath Luke Ghislaine, that it was very dark in some scenarios and almost difficult to distinguish these specific locations. So again, not making it bright colored and super saturated, nothing like that, but maybe adjusting the contrast a little bit. I did fiddle around with some of the settings on my monitor, but I do think sort of a general feedback that it felt very dark and difficult to see certain locations or objects in the game. The Blizzard animation for the Sorceress is another change that I would like to see implemented. Now, I did mention this on my original Diablo 2 Alpha Impressions video, and I got a lot of varying feedback. Some people agreed with me, others were completely opposed to it, and they liked the new look. My humble opinion, again, I think that the particle animations are a little bit too small. Now, the additional sounds and sort of the ice hitting the ground and kind of breaking into little shards, that was really well done. I just think that the actual kind of pummeling effect of the Blizzard, they're just too small for my taste. It's kind of like a weak looking Blizzard. Next up is the only single kind of complaint that I have for item skins. This is very controversial for a lot of people. I, for the most part, really liked a lot of the drawn out images for these skins. Although I think that skulls need to be reworked a little bit. I personally find it very difficult to distinguish between flawed, a regular skull, and a flawless skull. They almost look entirely the same to me. Again, let me know in the comment section below if you guys think I'm crazy, but the only ones that I can actually significantly tell any difference is chipped or a perfect one. The perfect one has little blue jewel in the forehead. Chipped one is missing half the top of the skull. Everything else in between, I really find it tough to distinguish unless you're kind of maybe looking chipped, comparing that to a flawless because you're missing half the head, but the actual progression of the skulls, I would like to see this reworked. The next bug that I'm going to talk about is the auto gold pickup bug that was discovered from fellow Max Rule content creator Teo. I got the link for his YouTube and Twitch channel in the description below. Kudos to him for discovering this bug. But if you click on an item and you happen to run over different piles of gold on your way to that item, if you have auto gold pickup enabled, you'll auto pick up the gold, but then you won't actually pick up the item that drops. So this could be a huge issue if you're magic finding with groups in, say, Chaos Sanctuary. A jaw rune drops, you click on the jaw rune, but you happen to run over some piles of gold first, and then somebody else gets that jaw rune even though you were the first to click on it. So this is a huge discovery. It definitely needs to be addressed when the game is released in full. So the final change that I want to talk about is something that I definitely think absolutely needs to be addressed, and that is the rate at which your life and mana recovers with the use of a full or partial rejuvenation potion. It's no longer instant, it's sort of a slowed, delayed recovery. Now, I did compare this back and forth between the original game running under the hood and the 3D rendered engine. Both are slow animation, so it's not kind of like your mind being tricked from faster FPS. So this is definitely something that I want to see addressed. It's going to change hardcore running or doing Uber Tristan with lower level characters. Definitely need to see this fixed in the game release in full. Well guys, there you have it. That wraps up today's video. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with me or completely disagree, or if you have any other major suggestions that you think I missed. I do have some other smaller feedback I just didn't include in this video. That is kind of the main sort of nitpicking bits and pieces that I would like to see addressed for the game down the road. But as always, if you guys could throw a like on this video, share it, and even consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I post new weekly content on YouTube, and I do stream twice a week on Twitch. So any follows on Twitch or subs on YouTube would be amazing. Other than that, guys, hope you have a fan-frickin-tastic day, and I'll catch you on my next video or live stream. Peace out.